Guys, I'm going to be with you very shortly. Okay, so, where am I missing back? So today you are going to begin, you're going to have, you're going to be taking a revising and editing test. But before you do that, I mean, we lost an entire week because of the weather. It's nobody's fault. But I don't want to leave you empty-handed. So I'm gonna assign to you today that you read 2 pages, and I promise you, if you read them, you are going to do so well on the revising and editing. Okay, but a couple of things before I show you what to read. Revising and editing is not like reading. You're not going to do side notes. You're not going to paraphrase. You're not going to, you might use a dictionary for some things, but you're definitely just going to pick the best sentence using your grammar practices and so on and so forth. There's a couple of things I do recommend that you do. One, as you're reading, you're revising and editing, well, no. When you begin, go into your questions and see which sentences your questions are asking about. So you can go to CMS and highlight the sentences that your questions are asking. So let's just say number 1, it says in sentence 3, you go to that sentence, use your highlighting tool in your CMS test, and you're on your CDB, and you highlight sentence 3. That way you already have them there once you get to those questions. Secondly, you're not using silly answers or 50-50 for revising and editing. Again, you are not using silly answers or 50-50 for the revising and editing. What you're going to do is you have to look through each and every sentence, okay, to see which is the best answer. If you see that there's too many commas, if you see that the sentence is too long without any commas, that's most likely the wrong answer. Can you actually label them as silly answers? Yes, you can do the process of elimination like that, definitely. But you're really going to pick the sentence that is written correctly. It's going to ask you, how do you combine these 2 sentences? You know how to do compound sentences, so you're going to have your notes available with you, okay? Just in case you forget what the conjunction is. Remember, an independent clause and an independent clause is glued together by a fanboy or coordinating conjunction. Also, you're going to probably have questions where it's going to ask you for the spelling. You can use another device to help you with the spelling to see if it makes sense, things like that. So I'm going to go ahead and switch my camera. Hold on. Okay. So this right here, these are the 2 pages that you have them in PDF in your folder. I'm going to zoom in, okay, just in case the PDFs do not work. You can pause this video and you can read what it says. So here's the first part. You can pause it. Here is the second part. You can pause it. Here is the third part. Let me zoom in. Something is in here. Hold on. Sorry, guys. A little bit of, okay, wait, never mind. Okay, let me zoom in here. This is the third part. You can pause it. This is the fourth part and the last part, and then you can pause it so you can read it, just in case the PDFs do not work. So what you're going to do is you are going to read these 2 pages, okay? You're going to read these 2 pages, and in the discussion, you're going to tell me about 5 things that you thought were important in here. 5 things you thought were important, okay? Real quick, like I said, once you have your revising and editing test that looks like this, okay, remember all the sentences are numbered, okay, all the sentences are numbered. And once you go to your questions, I want you to go back to your story, okay, back to your essay and highlight those sentences so that way they're easily available for you once you go back to those questions. Make sure that you choose the best answer. You have to compare. What I personally, if we had more time, guys, what I would tell you next is to compare the sentences to see which is the sentence that is written correctly based on commas, based on conjunctions, so on and so forth, okay? Also, when you have editing questions like this, okay, to improve clarity, which is the best word that goes in the sentence, well, you're gonna have to substitute every word to see which one sounds the best. Here we are with transitions also, okay? So really just take your time. I wanna see where you are at. I'm just gonna show you one more thing. Okay, like for things here, make sure that you check that when you have dark words like this, make sure that you check that they are spelled correctly, because sometimes they're gonna ask you like right here, moved to journeyed, things like that. You know, some of them might be spelled incorrectly, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and switch cameras one more time. Okay, so you're going to read those 2 pages. You can use this video to pause and read them yourself. You can write some notes in your writing journal. That way when you take your revising and editing test, you have those there. It's very simple, guys. I promise you it's not hard. Take your time. Again, we lost an entire week because of the weather. So I'm hoping that you just try your best. That's all I want. So right after you do this review, you're going to go to the next assignment, which is your CDB assignment. And that, assignment, your test. I'm going to give you the code in there and you're going to go directly to CMS, add the code in there, take your time. Do you have to finish it today? No. But tomorrow you're going to be starting on your expository essay, okay? And I'm going to give you directions for that expository essay tomorrow. Have a great day, guys. Make great choices.